Policing certainly has changed over the last few years. Crime is a big problem, particularly across major Democrat cities, and it's continuing to rise as crime at an alarming level as left-wing cities defund their police department. Meanwhile, cops are retiring at an alarming rate, not wanting to be stabbed in the back by loony leftist politicians. How does this environment impact new technology that's being created for policing to help officers perform their jobs more effectively and safely? Joining me now to discuss is the CEO of Wrap Technologies, Tom Smith. Mr. Smith, glad to have you here on the Chris Salcedo Show. First, talk about what your company does. What is your mission statement?
So our mission statement is to use technology to end these confrontations safely and effectively so the officers can go home safe, the suspects go home safe. You know, it's about bringing things to the real world here that work. And our body cams now showing police using this in the field. You know, it's not just in Spider-Man or Batman movies. This is real world technology that's making a difference.
Okay, well, Wrap Technologies has developed something they call a BOLA wrap. The video is, I think, up on the screen right now. What does this do, and what do police officers say when they've used this in the field?
So the feedback has been fantastic, and basically it works from a distance of 10 to 25 feet that it deploys out an 8-foot Kevlar tether that wraps around the subject. It's the only tool that does not rely on pain compliance to allow those officers that window of opportunity to take someone into custody and get them the help that they need. And it's the only tool, again, that doesn't rely on pain to stop them, so that you use this early in that intervention before it escalates, before it requires a higher level of force. And that's why law enforcement really likes this, because it's a different technology than they've had previously. It's helping answer these really difficult problems that they're facing in our communities today.
Well, as officer deaths are shooting way up, has your company explored new protective devices for police officers?
We have. We also looked at training, because training is a key aspect to this. So we're coming out with what we call Wrap Reality. It's a virtual reality training program that is going to work with officers from basically cadet through retirement to really immerse them in the training, give them a lot of different skills, not just in our technology of the BOLA wrap, but also in everything else that they do. Because I think training is it's going to be critically important for these police, because the world is changing so quickly. We have to use technology to get them tools that work and to give them training that's real time and adapts real time to give them the latest information available to them.
Well, let me ask you this, because new technology always comes with price, and it's usually a pretty hefty price tag. How can police departments afford new, less lethal tech if they're being defunded everywhere?
That's a great question. And so we work on trying to find police departments grant money. In fact, one of our agencies just had their community donated money that covered 95% of the equipment, our BOLA wraps that were purchased for them. So communities do want police. You know, we don't need to defund police. We need to empower them, train them, give them technology to do their jobs better. You already kind of hit on it that the numbers are down, and we need police officers out there. And so communities are stepping up. They're doing their own fundraising to support and buy this type of equipment to have the police use in their communities. And then we're also working with them to, you know, understand that the numbers are down, and other ways to find grants that are available at the state, local, and federal levels to help them buy this type of equipment, because over 90% of their budgets is personnel related. So even though the equipment, they have to buy it new, it's really a small percentage of their overall budgets.
Well, as you probably heard, the Derek Chauvin trial made a lot of news. Could any of your products, maybe the BOLA wrap, could it have made a difference in that interaction between Derek Chauvin and George Floyd?
You know, that was a different scenario, and that's a lot of the training that we're doing for intervention training, but there weren't any tools that were used there. So, you know, it's really hard to go back and second guess that. But ours is designed for that early intervention before it escalates and goes on for minutes and much longer, to stop those situations, get somebody into custody, get them the help that they need, you know, and then with our Wrap Reality training to really get them to immerse in a bunch of different scenarios, from, you know, de-escalation is really a key right now, as well as that intervention, diversity training. And I think that immersive training along with these tools are going to make a difference for law enforcement.
Well, I know that you're focusing on the BOLA wrap right now, but are you guys developing anything else without giving away any trade secrets or anything like that? What else can you share with us might be in development that might change policing as we know it?
Well, we're always looking at new ways to do that, and we're really trying to do that front end between an officer's presence and verbal commands and the use of those higher forces of that use pain, like tasers or batons or pepper spray, ultimately a firearm. So our focus is really that front end And we are working on a number of different areas to try and make it, maybe longer range, maybe even shorter range, looking at sporting events or crowded environments, and just always trying to improve that technology and give those officers the advantage that they need to end these situations as quickly and as effectively as they can.
Well, after watching the video, I now can see why you were talking about Spider-Man or Batman, but it's, maybe it's life imitating art at this point. Tom Smith, thank you very much. Appreciate the time here on the Chris Salcedo Show.